chocolate. For those of you who are chocolate lovers, you, my friends, are in luck. Now, you might have heard about some of the health benefits of chocolate, but I thought I would go through specifically the different types of chocolate, because as we and when you kind of, raid the candy jars and take a look at the snack aisles, and if you want a sweet treat, as you're thinking about what to grab and what to get, chocolate may not be a bad option if it's the right kind and in the right amount. So, first of all, do you know the difference between dark chocolate, milk chocolate, and white chocolate? It's interesting. I actually didn't know fully the difference. Like, I knew obviously when one was supposed to be better than the other, blah, 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 but I didn't know. We're going to get to that. So first of all, let me just break down what the difference is between the different types of chocolates, okay? So dark chocolate is what some of you are saying that you really, really love. Dark chocolate is 50 to 90% cocoa, cocoa solids. It also contains cocoa butter and sugar. Now, interestingly enough, dark chocolate should not contain milk, okay? So that's clearly a big difference, and that makes a lot of sense. But keep that in mind. Not a lot of ingredients there, right? 50 to 90% cocoa solids, cocoa butter, and sugar. No milk for dark chocolate. Milk chocolate, on the other hand, contains, well, you heard the title, milk chocolate. It's 10 to 50% cocoa solids, first of all. So that's less than the dark chocolate. It's got cocoa butter, it's got milk, and it's got sugar, right? So the milk chocolate has milk in it, okay? And then white chocolate, which I guess I never really thought about how that's different from dark chocolate or milk chocolate, but white chocolate contains no cocoa solids at all, interestingly enough. It is a combination of cocoa butter, sugar, and milk. Who would have thunk it? And interestingly enough, any of these chocolates actually can have any other ingredients in it as well, but those are some of the basics and sort of the most pure ingredients. So when you're thinking about reaching for a snack, reaching for the candy jar, which chocolate do you think that you should be reaching for the most? And I've given some of it away, right? As you want to be reaching for chocolate, I would say more than other things, perhaps. Well, if you said dark chocolate, you are exactly right. But I want you to understand why, because I think a lot of us understand that dark chocolate is probably the better chocolate. But the question is, do you know why? And this is something I think is super interesting, right? Dark chocolate has 2 to 3 times more flavanol-rich cocoa solids than milk chocolate. Okay, you're probably saying, what? So it contains flavonols. Flavonols is an ingredient that actually does a lot of good, we think, with our body, okay? And dark chocolate has more of these flavonols than, say, milk chocolate, for example, okay? That's really important because we think flavonols might increase nitric oxide levels, may help relax blood vessels, increase blood flow, and may decrease blood pressure. That's not the only thing, though. There are actually ongoing studies to see if dark chocolate can impact diabetes and other medical conditions. I don't suspect that we have conclusive evidence about that at this point, but there does seem to be thought that these flavonols, which is mostly in dark chocolate compared to milk chocolate and the white chocolate, are ingredients, or rather sort of substances that really can be helpful to our body, which is exciting, which is a really, really, really great thing. So as we talk about the flavonols, we think about, milk chocolate, white chocolate, and dark chocolate. Dark chocolate's going to give us the most of those. And that's hopefully going to help nitric oxide levels, blood pressure, and things like that. Now, there are some downsides to eating chocolate, right? I'm not here to say, dark chocolate is the key. Go ahead and eat all the dark chocolate you want. No, that's not what we're saying. Because we have to remember that dark chocolate does have a good amount of calories and may have more calories than some other forms of chocolate, okay? So we have to keep that in mind. Not only that, but it has increased amounts of saturated fat as well, which is not good. So just because it's got some advantages doesn't mean that there are not disadvantages as well. Perhaps going for that dark chocolate bite is a better bet than going for any other site or any other type of candy. And this is a sort of a tip too, guys. If you're looking for a sweet treat at any different time, maybe reaching for a little piece of dark chocolate every now and then could be helpful. You want to make sure that your dark chocolate has at least 70% dark chocolate. It's got to be at least 70%, okay? And remember that the higher the cocoa amount, the more bitter the chocolate is going to be, but also the more caffeine there will be in it as well. So those are some breakdowns with chocolate so you understand the difference between the dark chocolate, the milk chocolate, and the white chocolate. Just remember, when it comes to chocolate, when it comes to candy and things like that, it's okay to have a little bit of a sweet treat in moderation. And of course, that also depends on your doctor's guidance as well, because our underlying conditions could very well dictate how much and how often we can indulge in these things. However, if you're going for chocolate, dark chocolate certainly is the way to go because of these flavonols and very likely other ingredients that may be doing our body good. Of course, in moderation as well, though, because there's saturated fat and calories and all this other stuff. But it could be very, very helpful. Thank you for the stars, Facebook, and the super chats and super stickers, YouTube. Guys, you are amazing. I'll see you soon.